You are now tuned in to Hot Topics with Donna. And on this show, we do one thing: keep it real hot. That's honest, open, and transparent. If you didn't know, now you know. So sit back and unwind as we bring the vibe and a little bit of glorious sunshine to your heart, soul, and mind. Your lovely host, Hot Donna, will be with you in just a few moments. But while you wait, go ahead and set an atmosphere of peace in your space. If you can, cut the lights down low, get your hydration on, vibration zone. Cause tonight, you're about to receive some delicious food for your soul. Are you ready? Are you ready? Are you ready? It's about to get hot. You are indeed in the one and only place to be this evening. We appreciate you for joining us, and in just a few moments, we about to turn the heat all the way up. That's right. It's about to go down right now on Hot Topics with Donna. Show your virtual love by smashing that thumbs up and heart icon as many times as you can. And without further ado, I have the distinct pleasure of introducing your host, the one and only Hot Donna.
Hello, everybody. I know you guys are like, wow, she is on late. Yes, I am. I am on late. I have a guest. We have been trying to get on, and nevertheless, it's better late than never. So I am here. I'm your host, Hot Topics with Donna. Hot stands for honest, open, and transparent, and that's what we do here on the D. Taylor Network show. Listen, I'm not going to be before you long, but the word that I chose for this guest is perseverance. And once you talk to him, then you will see why I chose that word. And like I always tell you, it's not just for him, it's for me, it's for you. We have to make sure we are perseverancing in anything that we're doing in life, just learning how to be kind, respect each other, and just doing what God has called us to do. And sometimes when we're doing things that God has called us to do, it's a push, and we have to keep pushing and persevering to get it done. So I didn't think I had a winner for my cup that I was going to give away the other night. So tonight, since I am on here, I am going to go ahead and just give away one of my books. So the question that I asked for this was, who created the song? And so I'm going to ask you this question to receive this free book, and you will get an autographed copy. I will send it to you free of charge. It's a way of my team and I saying thank you for tuning in week after week with Hot Topics with Donna. And so the book is called Imperfect Marriage, Saved by Grace, by yours truly. And I just want to thank the people that have already purchased the book. But once I'm going to ask you the question, how long have I been doing Hot Topics with Donna? The first person I see on this end will be able to receive this free complimentary book from us here at D. Taylor Network. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and bring my guest on, and we're just going to get started. Okay. We're gonna give them time to come on. Hey, Miss Faye, how are you? Thank you for tuning in. What hot topics with Donna? Like I said, I know people probably was like, "Whoa, she is on late." So, like I said, you never know. You never know when I'm gonna pop up, whether it's gonna be on time. Um, Let me see. Let me try to bring him on. Let me do this. Uh, um, I'm gonna try to get him on. Hold on, guys. Hey, Amanda, girl, where you at? Hold on, guys. I'm trying to get him on. Nope, Amanda. Everybody trying to come out here. Oh, you're welcome. I'm trying to wait for him to come on. So if you can let him know that I'm already on and he can just send me a friend request, if he will, and we can get started. How are you been, Miss Carter? Okay, okay. Amanda, what you doing stuck in Nebraska? Girl, look, bring some snow back here, Amanda. Bring some snow back. Bring some snow back. Hey, Laverne, thank you for tuning in. Hey, Miss Stephanie, how are you? Can't wait for us to chat it up, girl. So, like I said, I am giving away tonight a complimentary book of my book called An Imperfect Marriage Saved by Grace. And the question I had for you all is, how long have we been doing this at Hot Topics with Donna? So, like I said, the person that I see on this side first will be the one that will be um, the winner of this book. I will autograph it myself and I will ship it to you free of charge. So, this is my book, An Imperfect Marriage Saved by Grace. Um, and then you will just send me, inbox me your address. Qamar, all you have to do is send me an invite or request to join my live. That's if you see me, just send an invite to join my live, and we'll see if we can do it that way. I'm gonna hold on. I'm gonna try to add him. Hold on, guys. Thank you guys for tuning in tonight. I know it's late. I know it's late, but good things come to those who wait. I'm just trying to wait. Amanda, you were close, but nope. Anybody else want to take a guess? I am going to wait to see if he's going to be able to come on. And then we're going to get started. Hold on. I'm trying to get him on, guys. Just hold on. Just hold on. You know how we, um, I'm not techno savvy, so I'm trying to get him on. I'm on, Miss Carter. I am on. I don't see him, and for some reason I can't find him. So he will have. Is he on? If he's on, then he just look to the right, or it should be a button that says "Request to join live." Stephanie, how have you been, love? I saw you doing your thing. I am so proud of you. I can't wait for us to have some great dialogue here on Hot Topics with Donna. And guys, let me tell you, if you or you know someone that want to be on Hot Topics with Donna, all you have to do is just send us, inbox us, and you can be on this platform. We interview ordinary people doing extraordinary things in their lives and in their community. So whether you're an author, a model, just a human being that want to be able to share what you're doing in your life, how you've overcame different things in your life, that's what this platform is about. So I'm gonna wait and see if he's gonna be able to log in and send me a request, and then we're going to get started because I may have to go back out and yes. Yes, girl. Yes. I can't wait. I really can't wait. I be seeing you doing your thing. I have made a decision to come out of retirement from modeling. So I'm just excited about just being able to come back out and hit the runway. But I still have a lot of other adventures that I'm doing. I'm currently a student at UNC Pembroke, so I am doing some amazing things in my life. Yes, Miss Carter, I can do that. Hold on. Uh, hold on, guys. Okay. So, yes, I am, guys, let me just encourage you on tonight. Whatever God has placed in your life, continue to do it, follow it, follow it, follow it. But this is the thing. You must make sure your plans line up with the Father. Because we can have all our plans, we can map it out, we can say we're going to do this, we say we can do that. But if it does not line up with what He wants us to do, it's not going to work. Hey, how are you?
Hey, I'm fine. How you doing?
Good. Can you cut your mic up just a little bit? Let me make sure mine is up.
Let's see.
Oh, thanks,
Ma, how are you?
Stephanie. I'm so excited. Can you hear me? Are you there? I'm just gonna wait. But Stephanie, yeah, so did y'all have a good time in Alabama? Hopefully he'll be able to come back on, guys. But I'm super excited. I'm truly super excited. But I might do it for a minute and then I might come back out because I truly like dressing the models and I truly like just being behind the scenes. So I don't know how long I'm gonna do it, but I'm excited about coming back out. So we're gonna give him a chance to come back on. Let me see if I can get them back on. Sorry, guys. I never did a live this late, but I might change my time. So let me ask you guys, do y'all like this time that I'm doing it now? Well, it's almost 9 because I usually do it at 6:30. And like I said, I really appreciate you guys coming on. Hey Celeste, I really appreciate you coming on because most of the time I'm doing it between 6:30 and then off by 7:30, 8 o'clock. But my guest is in Tennessee. I had Bible study and praising practice, so I still wanted to commit to his interview because he's been patient. Me and him have been trying to get together since I, met him in Tennessee. So that's why I'm doing it late. She said, Alabama was dope. I wish I could see you model, but I will be. Girl, we will have a chance to link up. Let me see him. Okay, guys, I told you I will do what I have to do to get my guest on. So I'm just waiting to add him, and then we're gonna get started. And like I said, the word that I chose for my guest, and not just for my guest, but for you, for me, and the people that's gonna watch later is perseverance. Yes, Miss Carter, I'm waiting. It's still loading him, so hopefully, fingers crossed that we'll be able to do this interview. Because even if I have to go back out and come back on, we're gonna get it done. we will get it done. So it's just still waiting to add him. But that's the word. And um, so again, here's my book, An Imperfect Marriage Saved by Grace. And that's the back of it. And guys, the question is, how long have I been doing this podcast? The first person that I see on this end will receive the podcast, will receive the book, complimentaries of my staff and I here, and I will send it to you free of charge. Free of charge, just by our way of saying thank you. Thank you for all you do. Thank you for supporting us. Hold on. Thank you for supporting us for however long we've been doing this. Thank you for sharing my flyers. Thank you. Thank you. This, when I do this, I don't take it lightly because people are allowing us. I did. It's still trying to add him. If I have to go out and come back on, then maybe we have to do that. Oh, no worries, no worries. It's still trying to add you. I don't know where are you located in your house, but right now, it's still telling me that it's trying to add you. So you're perfectly fine. If I have to go out and come back on, then we can do that. But we're just gonna just have patience. I'm gonna ask my friends on here to talk to me and just tell me, like, how was your day? How have you had to perseverance in something that you are doing, or just in life in general, especially here we are halfway through January 2020, and we still oh nope, sorry. I'm trying to add people. I'm trying to add people. It is crazy. Hold on. Yeah. Let me see. I was trying to add somebody. Amanda, I don't know. Laverne, I think I'm trying to add you. Whoever I'm trying to add, just either delete yourself or I don't know. Hold on. Okay, hold on. Okay. Hold on. Let me go and see. Okay, I just sent him an invite. Let me see if we can get him on. If not, like I said, I will go back out and then I will come back on and then we will try it again. But I always say when we have technical difficulties, it's always a blessing in disguise with my guests. And that's how I always look at when we have so much trouble. But we're gonna get him on, even if I have to go back out and come back on. We're gonna do it. So I'm just waiting for it to load up with him. But like I said, the word today is perseverance, and this is what we're doing right now because we're living in a time where we have to keep pressing. We have to keep pressing and doing what we have been called to do. And the one thing that I so love about Christ, he will strategically tell you which way to go, which way not to go, but it's up to us if we choose to follow his guidance. He's still trying to get on, guys. He is still trying to get on. How is your, like, are you in a certain place in your house that you're not getting a good reception? But if you need me to go off and come back on, I can do that as well. So nobody wants to take a step. Amanda, you were so close. This is going to be someone's gift tonight, and I will autograph it personally and send it to you. But I want to know, how long have we been doing Hot Topics with Donna? Okay, that sounds good. That sounds good. So this is up for grabs. Whoever can tell me how long we have been doing this podcast, Hot Topics with Donna. Guys, let me tell you, writing this book was a journey. It was truly a journey for me. And the beauty of it is that my late husband got to hear the first 3 chapters of this book. And this book is about me. It's about my life. And it was a healing process, as well as another thing that I knew I needed to do, and especially when my late husband was sick. And so when we were on our last visit to UNC, I told him, I said, wow, I said, I think, I just need to go ahead and write this book. And he asked me, he was like, what would you title the book? And I said, God hasn't given me the name yet. And so literally before we got to Chapel Hill, he gave me An Imperfect Marriage Saved by Grace. And hey, Ron, and so An Imperfect Marriage Saved by Grace, yes, it's talking about marriage, but it's also talking about an imperfect marriage with your friends, your family, your co-workers. Because when you're in relationships, they can become and will be sometimes imperfect, but are you willing to fight to make them what you need to be, to cultivate your people? And when I wrote this book, I was like, wow. And it was a lot of pain. It was a lot of, a whole lot of hurt. But nevertheless, once I finished this book, that was truly my healing to say, all right, I am on to the next. And so I have started my second book. I won't give you the title yet, but I'm starting my second book. So let me see if I can get him on again. We're going to get you on. And like I said, he is way in Tennessee. I met him in Tennessee when I went out there. And such a sweet spirit. I met his mom. She's also an author. Such a sweet spirit. But I am truly thankful that when I do my lives, people just say, yes, they come. Hey, how are you?
Hey, how you doing?
Good.
All right.
Hey, Miss Carter, he's on now. We are good. We are good. How have you been?
I'm fine. How about you?
Good. Can you guys hear him? If you can hear him, just give us some hearts to let us know that you can hear him. And I just want to say thank you, thank you, thank you, because you and I have been playing, trying to get on, with each other. And I'm just so happy that, we can still make it happen. And, like I told them, like I tried not to do Wednesdays, and I knew when I did a Wednesday, they was like, oh, well, we have praise team practice. And I was like, ah. So I was like, Amanda, okay, hold on. Let me write. I'm gonna write your date down, Amanda, because I'm telling y'all, I gotta make sure, but I'm pretty sure. But yeah, so the word that I chose for you today was perseverance. And how have you had to persevere in your life journey?
So basically, when it comes to perseverance, I've experienced a lot of things like just
Can you get
things that,
kind of close? Because I can't, you are kind of far back. I want to make sure we hear you. Okay. Yeah.
okay, is that better?
Yeah. Can you guys give us some thumbs up if you guys can hear him? Okay, go ahead.
Okay. Basically, just when it comes to perseverance, the one thing that I've been able to persevere is just like basic things like poverty and like mental abuse and like being bullied and things like that. You learn to persevere through those things because there's a lesson within the adversity. As long as you don't give up, you're able to figure out what the lessons are, within that turmoil. But if you have the defeated mind frame and you just concede and you give up, you'll miss the opportunity to learn something through that adversity.
And even when you're going through all this poverty and bullying, did you have the determination to say, I know this may be rough right now, but I know it's something better to come?
Yes. So basically, if you just have the mind frame to where you want to improve, if you just have that yearning to improve, no matter what happens to you in life, you can basically outlive the adversity, and then in the end, you'll end up being a better person.
Oh,
As long as just your ultimate goal is to improve. So to summarize your question, like my response to your question is I have a philosophy. Basically, it's called the triangle. You should remain in a constant state of improving your mind, your body, and your finance.
Right. And how do we do that? How do we do that? And how do you do that?
So basically, with each passing day, like I said, I look at it as a triangle.
Mm-hmm.
So I get up in the morning and I exercise. That's one of the first things I do.
Right.
I exercise anywhere from 30 minutes to 3 hours.
Right.
And then I take the time to like read paperback books, but I'll also listen to like educational videos online. You know, we're in the age of technology, so there's a lot of readily available information out there. And then when it comes to finance, a few economists said the best things you can do when it comes to money is you save, invest, or pay off debt.
Yeah.
And so yeah, have emergency fund, save, and invest.
So let me just ask you this question. Do you think a lot of times we as African Americans, and it's no shame, so, you know, this is just me asking you a question. Do you feel that a lot of times when we get money, you know, and we start to do well, that we channel our finances, if you will, more to material things, in like, I want more clothes, I want a bigger house, I want, you know, a car and all this stuff. And I'm not saying that if there's anything wrong with that, but I'm saying, do you find that that's the concept we get, you know, we get confused sometimes?
Yes, I 100% agree. That's
And so
because a
why
lot
do
of
you think we're like that? Do you think it's because we feel that society or our friends, you know, want us to think like that? And just like you said, you came up in poverty. So, you know, correct me if I'm wrong. So that mindset for you, mind, body, and finances, it had a whole different look, because you already know, first of all, you was being bullied. So that was an attack on your physical, or, you know, in that sense. And then your body, you're like, okay, what is it about me? And then finance is like, I'm in poverty. So now that you're here, you saw that even though you had all this against you, you said, I'm going to be better in my mind, my body, and my finances.
yes, ma'am. And to touch back on what you said a minute ago, I feel like a lot of us, when it comes to our extremely materialistic and like shallow-minded tendencies, a lot of it has to do with social media,
Right.
as well as what we perceive as the black culture. But really, the black culture is a form of exploitation. We're helping enrich other people's businesses instead of enjoying like simple freedoms. Some of the best things in life don't come with a price tag, you
Ooh,
know.
yes, yes. And so now that you're here, and I know you work out a lot, and I saw you when you were in Tennessee. So tell people your name, who you are, and what you do.
So my name is Qamar Saqqara. It's Arabic. Qamar means moon, and Saqqara is basically the burial site in Memphis, Egypt, because I'm from Memphis,
Okay.
Tennessee. So just more of it's like a testament to like the origin of our existence. And as far as what I do, I sell my book and I like do a lot of recreational things when it comes to helping people. Like I taught children chess about a summer or two ago, and I'm just all about development and doing things that's good for myself and other people.
That's amazing. And because, okay, well, we're going to talk about, you do martial arts. Is that what it's called?
Yes, ma'am.
And so how did you get into that?
So it goes back to what I said earlier when it comes to your adversity that you go through. So I was like super scrawny and I've always been short.
Right.
It's just something about when you're slim and you're short, you just look like you don't have any type of capability of defending yourself.
Right.
And the things about bullies is they want to bother people who they feel are not a challenge.
Right.
So all I had to do was become the opposite of who I used to be. So I just started putting on more masks and started walking with more confidence, look people in the eye. Sometimes the aura that you give off, can, it's like, for example, you look at the animal kingdom, the animal that's sick and like wounded, those are the animals that are not going to live very long,
Right.
live much longer. But the ones that have more size and have more ferocity and they're able to defend themselves, a lot of the animals will think twice about bothering them because they're like, man, this is going to be a challenge.
Right. And so when you was bullied in school, did you immediately know that you wanted to start working out? So like you said, you can make sure that I can hold my own, when they were bullying you, because a lot of times, like you said, I always tell people, when people bully, it's not even really about you. It's about them. But like you said, because you was little, and short, they just felt like, well, whatever they were dealing with, they always projected on someone else. And so now that you're here, you're strong, you're buff, how did your level of confidence go up once you start seeing the transformation in your body?
Well, a lot of it comes from my fighting experience. When you do martial arts, you learn that the human body is very vulnerable. It doesn't take much to hurt someone. And martial arts is not about hurting people. It's really about self-improvement.
Right.
And violence should be the last option. You should do it when there's no other choice.
Right.
So with me knowing what I'm capable of, I'd rather not hurt someone. I'd rather communicate and neutralize the situation, and maybe we both could learn something from the situation. And also, it's like what you said a minute ago. When it comes to the bully, it's not about the victim. Sometimes it's about the bully.
Absolutely.
That person is probably being smacked around by their father. There's been numerous cases where people were bullying younger kids. A lot of times their dad was like an alcoholic or abusive, and they was treating them the same way.
Right.
It's
And
unfortunate. I'm sorry, go ahead.
When you told your mom you wanted to start doing this, what did she say?
Well, she signed me up, so it's actually a funny story. So the first time my mom signed me up for martial arts, I believe I was about 14 years old. And I went to a boxing gym, and there's a difference between street fighting and not knowing the basics of martial arts.
Right.
And a lot of people think this is all about throwing your hands. It's so much more. It's about defense, and it's a lot of intricacies behind it. So anyway, I trained there one day, and they put me in the boxing ring with a guy who had been boxing for like 10 years. And the guy, I probably landed 1 or 2 good shots on the guy. The guy beat me from one side of the cage to the other side, and one of my socks even came off. And I started
Your mom laughing.
Yeah. So I started limping out the ring and said, "Hey man, don't forget your sock." I was like, "That ain't mine." They was like, "Yeah, it is. It was a big orange sock. I'm the only one wearing an orange sock." So you came home and told me.
So was that supposed to be a teachable moment for you to like not give up and, like the word I said tonight, persevere? So was that supposed to be like, oh, come back in and let's do this again?
Yes. So if I study a lot of war, and I play chess, and I do a variety of things. When you fail, you have to figure out what you did wrong.
Wow.
The concepts of chess and martial arts can be applied to any aspect of life, business or weight loss journey, anything. You have to figure out what you're doing wrong and what your capabilities are and what your shortcomings are. The more you focus on what your weaknesses and your strengths are, you can gradually reduce your weaknesses and improve on the things that you're doing well. That literally can be applied to anything.
Well, let me just go ahead and just be the devil's advocate, because people do not want to admit their failures, yet alone try to figure out what they did wrong.
That's correct. But accountability, you have to swallow your pride. If you have a mentality where, oh, I know everything and I never do anything wrong, you're putting a bottle cap on your potential. You can no longer improve anymore because you are coming off as if you convincing yourself that you know everything and you're perfect. Whoever believes that they're perfect and that they are omniscient, all-knowing, they're delusional and they're cutting off their ability to grow and improve.
I like that. I just wrote down there, when you fail, you need to know what you did wrong. And that's the thing. When we don't want to admit that we are wrong, we become stagnant. We can't get past that because we don't want to say, you know what, maybe I should have did it like I started to, but I allowed this, or this to change my mind. But when we get the mindset to say, you know what, I'm not going to be perfect until we check up out of here, then let me go back to the drawing board and say, what did I do, Donald? How could I make this better?
That's true. There's a saying that retrospect is 2020, but retrospect can only be 2020 if you look back and actually pay attention to what actually took place.
Absolutely. So let me ask you this. So how did that, I'm not even calling it a fight.
That was a slaughter.
I'm not even calling it a fight. I'm just going to say, how did that experience help you? And what was the lesson that the guy was trying to teach you, or whomever was trying to put you in that situation? What was the lesson for you?
Before you take steps when it comes to pursuing something, familiarize yourself with the basics. If you don't know the basics and then you go like, if somebody doesn't know the basics of flying a plane, would you really trust them as your pilot?
Oh, mm-mm.
They're gonna crash as fast as I got beat up in their range. You need to know the basics when it comes to any endeavor in life. That's why I say studying war, chess, and martial arts.
Yeah, and so, and now that you're here, oh, he went out again. I don't know. Hold on. Oops, no. So hopefully he'll be able to come back on. But guys, he has been really giving us some great knowledge about how we need to work on our mind, our body, and our finances. And it's so amazing. Pam, thank you for joining. Hey, Robert. Hey, Conchi. Thank you for joining. Hold on, we're going to get him back on. Sorry about that, guys. And it's amazing how his triangle said mind, body, and finances. But if you really think about it, everybody's triangle usually say mind, body, and soul. That is usually the normal triangle that people always say. I want to work on my mind, my body, and my soul. But his is mind, body, and finance. Because when you have all those, your soul is gonna be good anyway. You know what I'm saying? Your soul is gonna be fulfilled anyway. You know, and that's the beauty of it. And so I know we're gonna talk about your book. We're gonna talk about that last. And I know you said in May 13th you were diagnosed with, is that I'm gonna let you pronounce it because I don't even want to mess it up.
Osteoarthritis.
Yeah. And so what was going on to make you even suspect that something was going on?
Basically, a lot of pain in my leg. And that's just, to summarize it to you, that's why I always wear like the emblem of the yin yang.
Mm-hmm.
Basically, as long as you're alive, there's going to always be some kind of adversity. And a lot of it sometimes not even under your control.
Oh,
you can make the right choices, but then life still throws things at you when you're doing things right. So to answer your question, the reason why I have osteoarthritis is because I had a tumor in my leg when I was 15,
mm-hmm.
and I had to get a surgery done. And they basically cut my leg open and they put screws in it. So years later, they end up turning into arthritis. So literally all this is out of my control.
Oh, absolutely. And so even though they did all that, you were still able to do your martial art.
Just out of the determination. Martial arts, chess, and studying war and stuff like that keeps me sane. Like, it keeps me striving and keeps me, like, it's my drive. You know how vehicles run out of electricity or fuel? Martial arts and chess is what keeps me sane and keeps me functional to where I want to be compassionate to other people and do the best when it comes to my development. You know, some people prefer heroin or alcohol or cigarettes. Mine happen to be chess and martial arts. That's what keeps me going.
Wow. And I know your mom is thankful that, you know, she put you in there, because like you said, you could be doing something different that's causing harm to yourself. And it's good that you always refer to being kind to someone else, giving back to someone else. And we don't see that enough anymore, you know, because we get too selfish and say, it's me, it's about me, it's about me. But what about mankind? What about treating your fellow man, your fellow sisters? What about treating them with love and compassion? And that is definitely what you're doing. And I commend you for that, because you don't see that. All we see on the news is somebody killing, somebody's not doing this, and we're not doing that. And you know, and for you to say, even through your own adversities, you're still thinking about someone else.
Of course. And like I say, that's another reason why I wear the yin yang. You have to be capable. Some people don't agree with this, but this is just my belief and what I experience. It's, it's really good being a kind and compassionate person, but you need to be able to cause harm to someone else for the purpose of being able to defend your life or someone else.
Oh, absolutely. Because like they say, it's gonna be me or you.
Yeah, and there's also another saying: it's better to be a warrior in a garden instead of a gardener in a war. So it's good to be kind, but on the same note, you need to know how to defend yourself and the people you care about.
Absolutely. Hey sis, I hope you're feeling good. And so here you are, and I know, and congratulations on your book as well, because I know you've been waiting for this. I know, because I met you, it's gonna almost be a year in June.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. And so congratulations on your book as well. And so tell us about the book, and tell us how it came about.
Okay. So, long story short, I went through a depression about 2 or 3 years ago, roughly. A lot of it was because of my past. Like I hadn't found peace and acceptance with everything that happened to me. Just so many different things started hitting me at once. I lived in New Mexico, and the part of New Mexico I lived in wasn't industrialized at all. It was like in the middle of a desert. So I had a lot of time to self-reflect, and things that I didn't think would bother me actually just started hitting me all at once.
Wow.
So instead of just basically just being stricken and dwelling on, I was like, okay, what lessons can I learn from like my biological father not being there, ex-girlfriends using me, and family members using me for money, blah, blah, blah. Nobody really wants to hear that. So I was like, let me find a way to find peace and attain lessons from it. So basically, with me doing martial arts and chess, I would decided to write something, write a book with a lot of the philosophy that helps even me to this day through some of the worst times, a lot of philosophical quotes, to help get me through certain situations. And the book also comes with a martial arts and fitness video, and it also has pictures of non-conventional training.
Wow. And I know you said your book was intended to help reduce depression and suicide, and with accountability, self-awareness, and development.
Yes, ma'am. So basically, what the title is adaptation, growth, and enlightenment. So once again, the reason why I chose that title is because the acronym is AGE. It's for it can be applied to literally every age group. And like I said, A stands for adaptation, G stands for growth, E stands for enlightenment. So for every goal that you have in life, there's always going to be some kind of obstacle. That's where the enlightenment part comes in. And then once you adapt to the problem that's in between you and your goal, that's when you achieve growth. But you can only achieve growth once you recognize and adapt to whatever the problem is. If you don't adapt and you don't become aware of what the problem is, then you're stifled. What do they say in AA classes, Alcoholics Anonymous? They say recognizing you have recognized the fact that you have a problem, that's half the battle.
Right. And so, like, in your depression, how did you handle that? before you even decided to write your book?
So during that time, I still continued to exercise
Mm-hmm.
because through my depression, I studied a lot of books, and they say the human body was meant to move, and the human mind was meant to solve problems.
Right.
So if you look at example when they put prisoners in solitary confinement, a lot of them work. They do a lot of exercise, and that is what helps people kind of get through it. And then if you want to get deeper into like the medical terminologies and stuff like that, when you exercise, you release endorphins
Right.
and dopamine that actually puts you in a better mood. So exercise and was one of the things that kept me going.
Right.
And
And so how do you now keep yourself, besides exercise, how do you protect your mind when, you know, um our mind plays so many tricks on us and try to get us to go back to places that we don't want to go? But how do you protect yourself from trying to relive what you've overcame? You know, how do you handle like when self-doubt rises up in you, if it does?
basically, I mostly focus on what the lessons are in that situation, and I allow myself to feel whatever feelings that I'm having. Because if you just try to sweep it under the rug,
Mm-hmm.
you're kind of like trying to turn a blind eye to it.
Right.
You know,
Right.
you need to allow your brain to process what's going on, and you need to feel those emotions because we're human. It's not going to do anybody any good for you to try to overlook your feelings and just try to tuck them away. You need to feel whatever it is that you're going through and try to
Absolutely.
learn from it. And then
Absolutely.
just have some type of hope that you're going to be able to outlive the situation, and then hopefully it'll make you a better person. There was one survivor of the Holocaust. I can't remember his name, but he made a book called Man's Search for Meaning.
Mm-hmm.
And one thing that kept him alive is just hope.
Mm.
He visualized himself surviving the Holocaust despite there being thousands of people dying right before his
Right.
eyes.
Right.
And the fact that he didn't give up, he ended up surviving. So visualization is a major thing that helped me as well.
And so how, and if you don't want to answer the question, this is totally up to you. So in your depression, because you, like the whole world, have been hearing depression has led to celebrities and people just taking their lives. Have you ever gotten to that point that you was in that depressed state that you was like, well, maybe I just need to check out, because you didn't feel like you had anything else to hold on to?
No, I didn't because it's going to seem pretty cocky. My response
No,
is going to
no,
seem
it's
pretty
just
cocky.
real talk.
But
That's what we do. Hot stands for honest, open, and transparent. This is your story. This is your own journey.
I truly believe with us being alive, even if it's on a molecular level, there's some purpose while we're here, and you never know how your purpose might be of use to someone else. You know,
Absolutely.
like if you're able to provide some kind of service or aid to someone else, then that to me is worth living for, and that's something to look forward to as well. Like I'll give you an example. When I was a kid, I still don't even know how to swim to this day, but I've actually saved someone from drowning before, and I don't even know how to swim.
Wow.
So you know what I mean? Like if I wasn't there, the little girl probably would have
Right.
drowned because nobody saw her but me.
Right.
So I
And
mean, I feel like we all have some type of purpose or
we do.
a multitude of purposes.
Yes.
You know,
Yes.
just
And that's good to know, because um I am a firm believer that we should be in touch with our feelings at all times. Whatever period of our life we're going through, whether it's through grief, depression, and a lot of times, you know, especially now that it's becoming, I'm not going to say the norm, if you will, but you've seen so many people just checking out. And my question is, how do we help those people not to feel like checking out is the end? And I always say we have to get out of judgment. If I am down and I'm at this low place, if you're my friend and you love me, or my family member and you love me, then you would be there at that low place with me, trying to build me back up. So my end won't be taking my life because people won't understand. You because we make depression and PTSD, we make all these other things so taboo that people keep them in. And we have to be the ones that say, it's okay if you're at a low place. How can I help you? Just like you like to serve. How can I help you? Even when I'm in my own stuff, but I still have enough compassion, like you're doing, to say, I may be in this, but I can reach down and help you get back up too. And you set whatever you have on your shoulder aside and say, you know what? I'm good. I may be hurting, but I'm good, and I can help get my brother or my sister back up to the point that they don't want to stay in depression. They don't want to take their lives, because it only takes one person to say, I see you, I hear you.
That's true.
And I pray that your book will grow and help people see that in spite of depression, look at me. You can do it too. If you need my help, hey, here I am. Show me how I can help you.
Yes, ma'am. That's true. Something else that it emphasizes as well is basically having a strong imagination. Like, just imagine yourself being better than what you are. Like, people who are on a weight loss journey may have been like 300-400 pounds, and they end up being 200 some pounds because they visualize themselves being healthier. So literally, one part of the brain, which is the right hemisphere, there's a lot of neuroscientists and psychologists who say that that part of the brain is responsible for imagination. So literally half of our perception of reality is imagination. A lot of things, pretty much everything that we utilize is a derivative of someone's imagination. Like this video chat, somebody imagined the ability for us to be able to communicate from miles and miles away.
Yeah.
So imagination is powerful, and it's a part of our program, and it's a part of our genetics. So we should use the human mind and body to the best of its ability while we have the chance to experience this life.
And and that's why, like, I work with kids, and I'm at the high school level now, but when I work with preschoolers, their little brain, you can start molding them. And like, when you read to them, you take them on these journeys, like you said. If you're reading a book about outer space, their little minds start wondering, because then you start asking these questions, like, what do you think you're going to see up there? Like, and that is so true, because when we can see past what is in front of us, then we know how to do better. Just like with you already knew that you was being bullied. You already knew you was in poverty. You already knew all these other things, but you imagined that you was going to be mind, body, and financially where you need to be on down the line.
Yeah, and I used to be in law enforcement, and I took the time to look up some of the people that bullied me, and a lot of them are dead.
Really?
Yeah,
Wow.
a lot of them are dead or got life sentences.
Wow.
And it just, I didn't get any enjoyment in finding that out.
Absolutely. But just like we just said, a lot of times, like we said earlier, a lot of times it's not about the victim, it's about the bullier. And so, like you said, you look them up, and then did it make you wonder, like, wow, like, what someone missed in them? Because
Yeah.
here you are doing amazing, and here they are, like, some of them are no longer here. And so, like, the ones that still here, have you ever, like, even thought about reaching out to them and say, hey, you remember me?
I I mean,
I'm just, I mean, look, I'm just saying, I'm just saying, and I'm not trying to be like funny or, whatever, but I'm just saying, because like sometimes, different people be like, they want to confront the bully, what I'm saying? To like ask, like, why me? Why did you pick me?
no, I've studied like a lot of human nature and a lot of like psychology, history, and I've studied other people's life and stuff like that. A lot of it goes back to like the animalistic side of us. Like I said, they saw weakness in me. So my goal was to surpass myself and as well as surpass them. I'm 100% confident that it wouldn't work out that way if I happen to see them again. But I'm not real. I wouldn't even inquire because I already know
Yeah,
why. So it doesn't
right.
bother me. Really, they helped me become a better person. But it was unfortunate that that improvement had to come from something like that because some people commit suicide
Oh,
in result of bullying.
absolutely, yes. And so let me just ask you this. You can be cocky on this. I'm gonna give you permission to be cocky on this one. Like, so like, you see your people you went to school with, and because I wasn't bullied, but I wasn't that girl that, everybody looked at because, back then, they wanted the light-skinned girls and all this kind of stuff. So I wasn't that chick. So, but how did you feel once like got buff and, you see your people, you see your schoolmates and stuff, and then you're like, ooh, who is that? So because I'm gonna tell you how it made me feel, and this is real talk, and I'm not conceited by one shot. I had guys that like, when I liked them in school, but no, you want them light-skinned girls that had the big butts and all this kind of stuff, right? So I left and came back. And then it was like, oh, let me, no.
Keep that same energy. Keep that same
Because
energy.
because I was like, I'm that same chick.
Keep that
Like, I
same
just
energy.
grew up. You see what I'm saying? And then in my head, I'd be like, but they like, oh, she's straight now. But it doesn't, like, I don't like do it to be arrogant or conceited. It's just like, wow, like if I wasn't good then, I can't be good now because I'm the same person. I just grew up. And you didn't get a chance to know me as a person, as a human. Because you was too busy looking at all the outer, but now my outer wasn't what you wanted at that time, but now that you see the outer, it's like, oh, well, no. So did you feel like yeah, like put your short shirt on, show your guns and stuff? How you feel? Go ahead and just tell us how you felt about that.
Well, I just really try to stick to like just being the best version of myself, just constantly.
Mm,
I use a bit of reverse psychology. Despite people's compliments and saying I'm in shape or I'm smart, I still
right,
convince myself that I'm not. I can be so much better. So
right,
just always having that desire to improve, even when you reach a certain level, I'm always looking for the next level.
right.
So
So
I don't.
how how do the girl like the ladies receive you now? Because like you said, in school you got teased, and now that they see this new version of you, and and you said you still want to improve every day, but how do they see you now?
That's pretty difficult to answer because I'm from Memphis and I don't really go back to my hometown
Okay.
too much. Yeah, but too much crime. Like I just don't go back home at all. But
Wow.
I'm sure if I went back home, I would. The people that saw me before, I'm sure they would find me more attractive and more confident. But yeah, I really can't give you a direct answer. I don't interact
Right.
too much with people from my past life.
So so how long have you been in Tennessee?
Total, my whole life, I want to say about 20 years. But I used to live in New Mexico and Wyoming as well,
Right.
and North Carolina. And I used to live in North Carolina too.
Oh, what part of North Carolina?
I used to live in Jacksonville, unfortunately.
Well, I mean, I'm about an hour maybe like an hour to 2 hours out of Jacksonville, but I never really been there before,
You're
so
not missing
I
out on
picked.
much. You are not missing. I promise, you're not missing out on much. No disrespect to my North Carolinians, but you're not missing out on much. Respect to the military. I got the absolute respect for the military, but
Right.
that's all. That's all is in that town. Just Marines, and you hear it in every conversation. And it's a pretty dull town.
Oh, wow. And so, what is next for you? So, have you had your book signing yet? Do you have a copy of your book so they can see the front of your book, so and tell them where they can get it at?
Oh, give me 1 second. I apologize.
That's okay.
All right.
Guys, he is going to get a copy of his book. And like I said, this book is going to be someone's, and it's called The Imperfect Marriage Saved by Grace. And you have to tell me how long I have been doing this podcast, and it will be yours, autographed, free. I will ship it to you, free. So remember, the first person I see here will win it. I already have one that was close. And so to be fair, if no one else can answer, then this book will go to Amanda.
Okay, here's a copy of the book, and it can be purchased on Amazon.
Okay. And
And
this,
I believe
and when we get off, if you can just tag it in the post, and then I can share it. So to make sure we get your book out there. And so, is there another book coming?
it's undecided now. I've learned sometimes you don't want to jump the gun and give a yes or no because things change as our
Absolutely.
as our as we attain more experiences and we develop more. Like we sometimes are like the biggest hypocrites.
You think? You think? I'm telling you, I'm just super excited about you. I love your spirit. And I'm just thankful that we finally got to do it, because I know when I texted you yesterday, I was like, dang. I was like, I felt so bad, but I was like, I am going to do this interview. If he's willing to wait until I get from Bible study, we're going to get this. I'm going to tell you, let me tell you something. When I was leaving church tonight, they were still talking. I told my daughter, I was like, come on, let's go. We got to go. I was doing like 60, 65. When
Oh,
I text you, I was texting, I was like, hey, I am leaving, because I want to respect your time, as well. And I just knew I did not want to cancel our interview, because you and I really have been working diligently, trying to, get a time where we can do this interview. And if you have any encouraging words for our viewers, but I want to ask you this question, because I know we talked about depression. What is your take on, because we have this stigma that men shouldn't cry. What is your take on that?
I definitely disagree when it comes to the concept of men shouldn't cry. We're all human.
Right.
According to neuroscientists, they say women generally are more or can potentially be more emotional than men. I think they say it's a part of the brain called the limbic system.
Mm-hmm.
So allegedly, women are wired to be more emotional than men. But at the end of the day, it's okay for a man to express his emotions. There's nothing wrong with it whatsoever. Anyone who doesn't give a man the safe haven to express his emotions, basically trying to ask that person to not be human.
And I like how you use that, because, like I've always taught my children, it's okay to cry, because the same emotions and the five senses, our Father gave us, He gave to the men too. He didn't say, oh, well, I'm going to live out feelings. And I think once we get back to that, to make it okay and not taboo for men to express themselves, I think we'll have healthier men, if you will,
Yeah,
than the
I agree.
ones that's still trying to be tough and macho and say, oh, well, if I cry, I have to cry by myself and not allow people to see that side of me.
That's true.
But I truly, truly thank you. Tell your mama I say, hey, where's she at anyway?
Hey, Miss Taylor. how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm so honored. Thank you for having him.
Oh, yes, this has been so awesome. I told him I was racing from church. I was like, we're going to do this interview tonight. We're going to do it tonight.
Oh, man.
But I am truly thankful. You are a very, very well-educated young man, and I just wish you great success in everything that you do, because you truly have a heart for people in spite of your own adversities. And to me, that's what we need more of, because
I
when
really
we
appreciate it.
can say, I'll take a back seat to make sure Johnny is okay,
That's awesome.
then that means more to me than saying, well, little Johnny got to wait, because you know what? I'm still trying to get right here. I'm still trying to get this next car. I'm still trying to get this house. So y'all have to be put on hold.
Wow.
And my
Yes,
question is it worth putting someone on hold when they need you? And then when you are available, they're no longer available, or they're no longer.
Oh, man. Wow.
good
You
to
see
be.
what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I appreciate that. And you can tell your mom raised a very, very well young man. And whoever you get is truly, truly going to be blessed.
Can I
Truly going to be blessed.
jump in and say
Truly going to
one
be
quick
blessed.
thing, Donna? Can I jump into one thing?
Yeah, come on. Tell her to come on.
He's not a lucky son. I'm a lucky
Tell
mom.
your mama to come on. Tell her to come on.
No, he's
She wants
not
to
a
come on
lucky
Come
kid.
camera.
on
I don't look.
here. Come on on the camera.
She's being
He,
self-conscious.
he's not a lucky kid. I'm a lucky mom.
Oh, wow.
That's
That
all I
that
gotta say.
that's awesome, because you know what? Our men always get the short end of the stick sometimes. And that's why I'm so thankful that God gave me this platform, that I can showcase his goodness and his glory in young Black African American men. We are some amazing, amazing, amazing creatures. But like you said, we have to know it in our minds, in our finances, and in our bodies. And the
Yes, ma'am.
only way we can do that is if, like you said, if we use our imagination. And that's like I always tell little people and, young adults. If you see it, you can achieve it. And especially if you believe it.
That's
And
true.
anything else, you got this. You got it. And so
Better
I'm
man.
going to let you leave us with some encouraging words that's going to help other young African American men, not just them, but just women too, because you know what? Sometimes we miss the mark. We miss the mark. Sometimes we have to take a step back and say, is it me?
Yes, ma'am.
Is it me? And is my attitude right? Is my train of thought right? But like you said, it's all about accountability. It's all
Yes,
about
ma'am.
accountability. And when we don't want to take accountability because we feel like, oh, well, I know it. You know what? No, they shouldn't have did this. But we have to be able to take a step back and say, you know what, Donna, your attitude stunk today. So tomorrow, let's get it in check. You know,
Yes,
how
ma'am.
can I be a better person? And that's my ultimate thing every day that I wake up. Help me to be better than I was yesterday.
That's true. Yes, ma'am. So to follow up on something that you're saying, that you've been saying, one thing that I believe in is every day you're alive, you should take the time to learn about yourself as well as learning more about the universe.
Yes.
Because you can be in a poverty-stricken neighborhood that's surrounded by drugs, prostitution, murder, gang violence, pimping, etc. But if you just have this unspoken feeling like inside you, like, man, I know I can be somewhere else better than this, and I know I can do better than I can surpass the limitations of my environment. What do they say? about a shark being in a fish bowl or something like that, a big fish in a small pond. Like sometimes you just have to do the exact opposite of what your environment.
Absolutely.
What the things you do the exact opposite of what you see in your environment.
Absolutely.
And so there's something that I want to share with you too. It's called the SWOT analysis. It's an acronym. The S stands for strength. The W stands
Hold on. Let me write this down. Okay, so the S stands for
strength.
mm-hmm.
The W stands for weakness. The O stands for opportunity, and the T stands for threat. That literally can be applied to war, whatever endeavor you have, any recreational activity you have, a video game, that can be applied to anything, just like the title of my book, Adaptation, Growth, and Enlightenment. But literally, if you think, okay, if you're fighting somebody, what is your opponent's strength? What is my weakness? What are the opportunity? What is the threat? Like, that can be applied to anything. So when it comes, let's just use example for weight loss. I know everybody can't relate to war, but weight loss, one of your strengths is your time and your ability to exercise.
Right.
You don't have any broken bones and you're able to move. That's a strength. Weakness would be you can't put the cupcakes and the Twinkies down, and you drink too much alcohol, and you smoke too much, so you don't have the energy.
Right.
So that's weaknesses. And opportunity is you got gym memberships, you got these phones, you can look up other exercise. You don't even need a gym to get in shape. So your willingness to learn and attain information, that's the opportunity. And the threat basically would be not getting out of bed, not starting.
Right.
So literally, yeah. So the SWOT.
You have so much wisdom to be, because you're in your 30s, right?
I just turned 30 last year. Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. You have so much wisdom, and I really like that you continue to educate yourself. So when you're helping others, you giving them information, and that's the thing.
Yes, ma'am. And one of the main things I definitely want people to know is that you don't always have to follow traditions or what's popular in order to get the results that you want.
Yeah.
Like, for example, I used to have a gym membership for like 1 week, but when I started, a guy was like trying to use like the equipment. He was trying to kind of pick a fight. He was like almost threatening me to not use a machine. So instead of fighting the guy, I just decided to cancel my gym membership and train outdoors and at home. And my training methods are actually a part of the book. The book comes with a martial arts and fitness video. I'm showing people how to train without going to a gym. And do you exercise, ma'am?
Well, let me tell you, I used to. And like I said, I always am honest, open, transparent. I used to. And when I did, I felt good from the inside out. And so now I'm gradually like starting back to get into like lifting some little weights at home, and doing my, sit-ups, because I feel, for me, when I work out, I feel good. And like I joined this thing called Burn Boot Camp, and I'm gonna tell you, like, I was faithful and I did it. But what I'm doing now is like I have started eating clean. And for me, eating clean means like I don't put sugar in my coffee. I try to use a creamer, and so I'm starting to do, eating clean. Like I used to like Pepsi, so I'm trying to cut back on the Pepsis, which I have, but every now and then, if I'm at work and it's getting close to test time, I have to have a Pepsi, and that's no excuse. But I am slowly getting back to working out because I felt good. My skin looked good. I just loved the way I felt.
Yes, ma'am. So the reason why I asked is like this would be like the two things that I want to make sure that everybody hears. According to what I researched, they said about 50% or more of Americans are going to have Alzheimer's or dementia. About 50%. And the way a lot of reasons why a lot of people are prone to Alzheimer's or dementia is, for one, not exercising, unhealthy lifestyle, like smoking all the time and drinking, and having a sedentary lifestyle. poorly managing stress, and
Yeah.
not challenging your mind and your body. So literally, I feel like my concept when it comes to the triangle, improving your mind, body, and finance, that's almost anti-Alzheimer's and anti-dementia. I'm not saying you're not going to get it, but you reduce the possibility of getting. You
Right.
give yourself a fighting chance because
Right.
people have Alzheimer's. There's been cases of people who have Alzheimer's who don't even know who their own son or daughter is.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Imagine you look at your own son or daughter and they give you a hug and you're like, get the hell off of me. Who are you? I'm your son.
Right.
Mm.
I
Right.
don't know who you are. You're not my son. I don't know who you
Right.
are.
Right.
People who are too reactionary. They wait till they get sick and to start doing things that they should have been doing a long time
Mm.
ago. So that's one thing that I really emphasize. And
Yes.
like I said, you don't have to follow traditions to accomplish what you need. So when I talked about exercise a minute ago, you don't need a gym to get in shape.
You don't.
So
And I mean, it's not funny because like I found myself like even like like when I'm putting on my makeup or when I'm brushing my teeth, like I would literally start like doing squats while like while I'm brushing my teeth, and I'm sitting there counting in my head, and I'm like, I'm still, like you said, I'm doing it the untraditional way. I'm not. Hey, I'm brushing my teeth, and sometimes I'd be like, I'm gonna try to do 20. And I brush my teeth and do my 20, and then I'd be like, oh, okay, I got this. But when I was working, I'm still at the high school, but I had a one-on-one. We were walking 5 miles a day.
the human
We were
body was
walking
making
with our student 5 miles a day, and this was every day. And that's one thing that I miss because even the walking, I felt good. Being outside, being able to breathe the fresh air, and I got a rhythm. And sometimes I would just leave them and they would catch up. But I can tell the difference when you go from walking 5 miles a day for a whole year till you're just walking from here to your office back and forth. And to me, that's not really walking.
exactly.
It's not really walking. And I'm glad you said that. Like, we don't have to go to a gym to get the results that we want to need. We just have to be committed.
You know what? Like when it comes to like the fitness video that I told you that comes with my book, no people, y'all don't, whoever's watching, whoever decides to watch this, you don't even have to buy my book to watch the video. The video is actually on my Facebook profile. That's for the world. Like that's for anybody to see.
And I'll
And
I'll go on there and share it too. But still, I want you to put your book information in the link because I do want people to support you, as well. Hey,
yes,
Sheena,
ma'am.
I love you, girl. But I am just so excited. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I can't thank you enough for just like waiting for me to do this interview. And like I said, I'm just truly thankful. Can't wait to see what you're going to be doing. Hopefully,
Yes,
hopefully Tina have another show in Tennessee, and I'll get to come back and see you and your mom again.
yes, man. It would be nice to see you. Can I just share two more things?
Yes,
Okay.
yes.
So, well, the first thing is basically if you want to like see a difference in your muscles, the only thing you have to do is push your muscles to the breaking point. And once you kind of like when you feel that pain when you're doing the technique right, you're able to do a few more. And what's happening is you're causing microscopic tears in your muscles. All you have to do is eat like some good food, like some protein and like stuff that's packed with vitamins and stuff like that, and then go to sleep. There's a hormone called HGH,
Mm-hmm.
human growth hormone. That is actually what heals your muscles. And that's how your muscles, that's a part of the factor on how your muscles grow.
Okay, so let me ask you this question because I'm gonna help some of my sisters out, and I'm even help my own self out. Okay, so how can we? Because it's been said like, if you have babies or you have that little, pudge, if you will,
Mm-hmm.
how can, is there a way that we can shrink that? Because most time people's like, oh, you're not gonna get rid of that, pudge or whatever. But I beg the difference. So I'm asking you.
I don't have the qualifications to give you a direct answer, but I can respond in a manner based upon my research.
Yeah, go ahead.
So I believe that basically the human body stores quite a bit of waste and like unnecessary like fat.
Right.
So if you go through like certain body cleanses and you start eating clean and drink a lot of water and stop eating stuff that stays with you like for a long period of time, like eat primarily like organic food. Like for example, the way the Japanese people eat. Man, if anybody wants to be healthier, study the Japanese on what they eat.
Wow.
They eat a lot of fruits and vegetables and fish. And some people live over 100 years old in their country.
Wow.
A great.
And you know, like me, like I have pretty much, because I don't eat red meat at all. I stopped eating red meat probably like 10 years ago. And I found myself eating more seafood. That's, you know, and like I said, I'm going to say 85% of my diet, I eat clean.
They call it
I eat a lot of greens and stuff like that. And I do feel good. I do feel good because like, you know, eating all that candy and, you know, chips and stuff like that. I was like, I'm killing myself because I'm getting rid of sodas, but I'm eating more chips.
Yeah. So just remember this, a lot of the food that's on the shelves and like gas stations and stuff like that, that just can sit there for years and years and years, they're loaded with all types of chemicals and preservatives and artificial colors. We're not supposed to be eating that. That's why there's so many people with cancer and all that, because we live in a country that cares more about profit than our health. They're trying to make more money off their product. They don't care about our health. That's what people need to figure out. Stop relying on doctors and the government for your health. Your health needs to be taken in your own hands.
Amen. Amen. Oh, I'm sorry. Guys, I am sorry. I don't know what happened, but I think Qamari, hope I'm pronouncing his name right because I don't want to jack it up, but I thank him for tuning in. Thank you for tuning in. Ms. Carter, if you're still on here, thank you for allowing your son and just being a great blessing, a great mother, a great parent for your child. It truly shows, and I'm thankful for that. Like I said, this book is up for grab, and right now I have one person that is close, and if no one else answer, I will still give Amanda the book, and it will be autographed, and I will send it to you. Guys, thank you for just hanging out with us this late. I love you guys. Just continue to do what God has called you to do. Continue to just show love, show kindness, even if you are in your own struggles or having your own diversities. Just continue to just pour into other people, and you know, and I just thank you for just tuning in tonight. Thank you for tuning in tonight. If you need me, I'm here.
Hey, we're back. Sorry about that.
Okay, that's okay. Yeah, but thank you. Such a joy. I really love this interview, and like I said, I hope I get to see you guys in June if Tina have her fashion show. But just continue to just be a blessing and a light to the world, because truly, you're going places.
Hey, thank you so much, ma'am.
Thank you. Good night, and I will talk to you soon. Okay, I gotta get you on next, love. I gotta get you on next.
Book 3. I'm on book 3.
And that's what I'm saying. I'm gonna reach out to you. I'm gonna get you on. Maybe we can get you on in February or March.
I'm going on my cruise, so let's do it for May.
Okay. I'll inbox you and you just tell me the dates.
Yes, thank you so much.
Hey, Miss Taylor. Miss Taylor. This was the last thing. So, Mom, you choking me. So the last thing is, for anybody that has any goal, you can follow what a lot of entrepreneurs and athletes and like millionaires follow. It's called the 2 to 10 minute rule. So if you feel like you're swamped for time and you have a goal, just take 2 to 10 minutes to pursue that goal. And the funny thing is, if you actually have more time than that, you're going to end up doing whatever your endeavor is longer. Once you get started and you're actually doing something that you enjoy, time will go by so fast. So just remember that you can take 2 to 10 minutes out your day to pursue whatever goal you have. It's 20, yeah, I mean, it's 24 hours in a day. What is 10 minutes?
Like you said, you gotta want it.
Yes, ma'am. That was like the second thing that I had to tell you.
He's a genius.
Yes,
Thank
yes,
you.
he is. Yes, yes. But thank you, and I'll be in touch with you. Yes.
Thank you, Mr.
Thank you.
Taylor.
Thanks for the
Bye.
opportunity.
Good night, fans. Bye, y'all.
Wish you
Good
well in your
night.
book too.
Good night.
Book.
Oh yeah, don't forget to put your stuff in the link inside the chat so I can, share it.
Yes, ma'am, I will.
Okay.
All right, thank you.
Good night. Bye.
Good night.
This was nice.
See if I can do it. Oh, no, you have to. Okay, guys, thank you. Like I said, it is 10:12. Thank you guys for tuning in. Please share our video. I will put up our YouTube information, our Instagram. We are just trying to be on every social media platform. I have uploaded videos from past shows up to date. So please subscribe and share. But guys, most of all, be kind to yourself and be kind to people. I love you. I will be back on sometime this week, maybe. But this is the gift that we're giving away on Hot Topics with Donna. I love you. Have a good night. See you. Bye.